Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Thursday, July 23rd, 2020. Today I'm going to go over the last night of MLB exhibition games and look ahead to opening day tonight. It's amazing that opening day is here. It's been a long time coming for sure. I'll go over the Premier League and MLS games from yesterday and look ahead to today's MLS games. I'll go over the current leaderboard at the 3M Million, or the 3M tournament, 2012 top 10 NHL players and games, my MLB top 100 players list coming into the season, and my best bet of the day. Alright, baseball. We'll go over the games from last night and look ahead to opening night. So this should be fun. I very missed going over and previewing actual games. So without further ado, here we go. The Marlins over the Braves 6-2 in that last tune-up for those teams. Pablo Lopez gets the win. Kyle Wright the loss. Notables to homer Austin Riley twice. Pablo Lopez, 3 innings, a hit, an earned run, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Kyle Wright, 3 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Cardinals over the Royals 6-3. Miles Mikolas the win. The loss, Foster Griffin. And getting the save for St. Louis, Kwang Hyun Kim. Notables to homer in this game, Salvador Perez, Paul DeYoung, and Bubba Starling. Mikolas, 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Kyle Zimmer was the opener in this game, an inning, a hit, no earned runs, no walks, and no strikeouts. Indians over the Pirates 5-3, getting the win. Aaron Savali, the loss, Derek Holland, and getting the save for Cleveland was James Karinchak. Notables to homer, Carlos Santana, Josh Bell, Jose Ramirez, and Christian Arroyo, who is now a member of the Indians. He came over in the Yandy Diaz, Jake Bauers trade last year. Savali, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 6 strikeouts. Derek Holland, 3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Reds over the Tigers 2-1, getting the win for Cincinnati. Joel Kuhnel, the loss, Anthony Castro, and Robert Stevenson, the save. The notable, the homer in this game, Matt Davidson, who could very well make the Reds as a bench player or the occasional DH. Getting the start for the Reds, Jose De Leon, 2 innings, no hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. And for Detroit, Michael Fulmer, 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. So he looks pretty good. Cubs over the Twins 4-3. Dwayne Underwood Jr. the win, Homer Bailey the loss, and getting the save for Chicago was Brad Week. Notables to homer, Anthony Rizzo and Wilson Contreras twice. John Lester, 4 1/3 innings, a hit, an earned run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Minnesota, Homer Bailey, 3 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Rockies over the Rangers, 7-3. Antonio Senzatella the win. Colby Allard the loss. Notables the homer, Todd Frazier and Ryan McMahon. Oh, and Drew Butera. Anthony Senzatella, 5 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Colby Allard, an inning, 5 hits, 4 runs out of the bullpen. Getting the start is Jordan Lyles, though, 4 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Brewers over the White Sox 5-3. Adrian Hauser to win, Carlos Rodon the loss, and getting the save for Chicago, Mike Morin. Notables to homer, Keston Hiura, Christian Yelich, Ben Gamel, Nicky Delmonico, and Orlando Arcia. And Luis Robert came darn close to robbing a home run. but his glove went over the wall, although the ball was in the glove. Adrian Hauser, 4 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Rodon, 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. The Padres over the Angels, 5-4. Joey Lucchesi, the win. Patrick Sandoval, the loss. And David Bednar, the save. Notables, the homer, and Drelton Simmons. And that's it. Joey Lucchesi, 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Actually, 6 hits, not 3. And Patrick Sandoval, 3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Blue Jays Red Sox was canceled due to rain. And in this game, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit a moonshot over the Green Monster. Opening day is here. 2 games. 7 o'clock. ESPN. Yankees. Nationals. Garrett Cole. Max Scherzer. The sexiest pitching matchup that you can possibly get. The Yankees are minus 130 on the road. Washington plus 114 at home. Over under 7.5. Because it's opening day, I'm going to give you a pick for the game and a side or a total. I'm going to pick the Yankees here to win. Nationals hangover. I think this is going to be a close game throughout. Won't be surprised if the Nationals have the lead going into, say, the 7th inning and it's 3-4 Washington. Scherzer's out of the game. And the Yankee offense comes to life against the Nationals bullpen. I'm going to say 5-3 Yankees. But I'm not going to touch the minus 130. So instead, I'm going to go over 7.5 as my play for tonight's game, assuming that there's no rain in D.C. 10 o'clock tonight, you have the Giants at the Dodgers on ESPN. The Giants are plus 260, the Dodgers minus 310. The over-under is 8.5. For the game, I got to go with the Dodgers. They're just a better team. They own Johnny Cueto. I think that offense is going to go nuts. They're going to remind everybody why they're the team to beat in the National League, which is one performance. But minus 310, again, there's no value there. So I'm going to say over 8.5 at minus 102. I love that play. I think the Dodgers could do that by themselves against Johnny Cueto and that Giants bullpen. So give me the over 8.5. I won't be surprised if the Giants score a couple runs off of Kershaw because, Kershaw's not 2014, 15, 16 Kershaw. And there's some guys in that lineup that have had some success against Kershaw, like Mauricio Dubon and some others. Mike Yastrzemski has had some success against Kershaw too. So, the over just switched to minus 112. So I guess if I was doing this live, I would have said, I moved the line. But no, I think that, it went down to minus 8 from 8.5. So that makes some sense. So I would still go minus 8 over for that game. But in terms of who I think is going to win the games, I think the Yankees will win the first game in a close one. You'll see Zach Britton out to close it against the Nationals. And then Giants-Dodgers, I'm going to say that's like a 9-3 Dodgers win. And I'm going to say the Dodgers hit the over by themselves. And then 5-3 New York, obviously, in the first game. Now I'm going to go over yesterday's Premier League and MLS games and look ahead to the games in MLS being played tonight and tomorrow morning if there is any. So, Premier League first, we'll go over those results. You had Man United and West Ham in a 1-1 draw. Man United, 17, 12, and 8, 63 points. And West Ham, 10, 8, and 19 with 38 points. Liverpool over Chelsea 5-3. So Chelsea fails to take advantage of Man United's tie as Man United passes them in the standings. Liverpool 31-3-3, 96 points. Chelsea 19-6-12 with 63 points. So there's more Premier League games on Sunday, and we'll go over and preview and pick those on tomorrow's podcast. Now MLS from yesterday and this morning. Some interesting results to say the least with a game going on right now. Sporting KC over Real Salt Lake 2-0. The first goal of the game in the first minute of the game was scored by Johnny Russell to give Sporting KC a 1-0 lead. And in the 86th minute, to put it away for Sporting KC, Gerso scores in the 86th minute to go up 2-0, and that was your ball game. And then last night, Cincinnati over the New York Red Bulls 2-0. Cincinnati has been by far the most surprising team in this MLS's back tournament. In the 43rd minute, Cincinnati goes up 1-0 on a goal by Yua Kubo. And then in the 56th minute after halftime, they get an own goal by Florian Velat of the Red Bulls as they go up 2-0. So Red Bulls get shut out and have an own goal. Bad loss for the Red Bulls. Cincinnati, like I said, has turned into one of the more surprising teams in this tournament. Colorado and Minnesota ended in a 2-2 draw. Colorado is done for the tournament. And there's a good effort by them to be competitive here. They got on the board first, 1-0 on a goal by Key Kamara. Then Minnesota ties it on a goal by Ethan Finlay. And then Ethan Finlay again in the 43rd minute to go up 2-1. Then after the break, Colorado ties it at 2 apiece on a goal by Jonathan Lewis, who came in as a substitute. And then this game ultimately ended in a 2-2 draw. Going on right now, Chicago and Vancouver in a 0-0 draw. Chicago is a big favorite, but I don't think the Fire are a good team whatsoever. So I think Vancouver will win this game today. Tonight at 8 o'clock, you have the LA Galaxy and the Houston Dynamo. Currently in the standings, the Galaxy are 0-2 with 0 points, and the Dynamo 0-1 with a point. Galaxy is probably done at this point. Dynamo, I think, could get in with the win here, potentially. Depending on what happens with some of these other teams here. So I'm going to go with the Dynamo. The Galaxy, I just feel like, has checked out at this point. So give me the Dynamo in tonight's game, as they are... What are they tonight? Plus 130, and the Galaxy's plus 150. And the last game tonight, the 10:30 of LAFC against Portland. LAFC 1-1-0, 4 points. Portland 2-0-0 with 6 points. Portland's looking really good. I think they're going to win this game here again, as they continue to be one of the better surprises in the MLS's back tournament. They are plus 360 here. I think that's great value for Portland. So give me Portland in an upset over LAFC. LAFC, I think, will make the tournament. They have 4 points. They're, I think, safe. So give me Portland here to get the big upset win over the LAFC. And now I'm going to go over the current leaderboard in the 3M tournament. Should be an interesting tournament. But not many big names. The biggest names in there are Dustin Johnson and Brooks Koepka. pretty much. So, without further ado, here is the current leaderboard. In first place right now, you have Kyle Stanley at a -6. And a tie for second, you have Cameron Davis, Saiwoo Kim, Fabian Gomez, Brendan DeJonge, Xinjun Zhang, and Chesson Hadley, all to score the -2. In a big tie for 8th place with all at one under. Seamus Power, Roger Sloan, George McNeil, Brian Harmon, Alex Sechka is in the mix there. Hunter Mahon, Aaron Wise, Keith Mitchell, Andrew Putnam, Dustin Johnson, Tony Finau, who is one of the favorites here, Michael Kim, Jason Duffner, Ryan Moore, Ted Potter Jr., Doc Redman, Eric Van Rooyen, Tim Herron is in there as well, John Senden, and Peter Kust and Reen Gibson. Even right now in a tie for 29th among notables, you have SM Bay, you have Adam Long, Tommy Fleetwood, Chris Stewart, Patrick Rogers among that group as well. In the tie for 60th, one over, Henrik Norlander, Brooks Koepka among notables in there. And then still yet to go, you have 10:05 Harry English and Denny McCarthy. In the 1 o'clock window, or 1:15 window, you have Cameron Triangle, and in the 1:25 window, Richie Wierenski among those. 1:25 window, you have KJ Choi. 1:35 window, you have a couple people in there, including Adam Schenk. In the 1:45 window, you have a couple people, Austin Cook among those. 1:55 window, Lucas Glover's in there, and Bubba Watson. In the 2:05 window, you have Bu Hostler and Tommy Geeney. In the 2:15 window, you got Luke List in there. 2:25 window, you have a couple people in there too, including KH Lee. 2:35 window, you have Ben Martin and Chris Kirk. 2:45 window, JJ Spawn and Wyndham Clark in there. 2:55 window, you got Mark Anderson. 3:05 among notables, Chris Koepka. 3:15, there's a window including Jake Neen and Wes Roach among the interesting names in that window. Now I'm going to do my 2012 top 10 NHL players. Interesting list to put together. Some guys that are big time now aren't even on the map yet, which is nuts. Honorable mentions, Pekka Rinne, Nashville Predators. Obviously, one of the best goaltenders in the league that year, arguably the best in the Western Conference. Sidney Crosby, Pittsburgh Penguins. He was hurt that season. That's why he's so low. Zdeno Chara, Boston Bruins. One of the best, if not the best defenseman in the league at the time. Pavel Datsyuk, Detroit Red Wings, helping lead the Red Wings, who were an aging team at the time, to the postseason. Shea Weber, at the time, was on the Nashville Predators. Alex Pietrangelo, St. Louis Blues. And now my top 10 of 2012. 10, Mike Smith, Arizona Coyotes. Well, they were the Phoenix Coyotes at the time. Mike Smith, obviously, helped carry the Coyotes to the Western Conference Finals. 9th, Erik Karlsson, Ottawa Senators, overachievers, and he helped the Sens go to the first round into 7 against the Rangers. 8th, Henrik Sedin, Vancouver Canucks. President's Trophy winning team, best player on it. 7th, Ilya Kovalchuk, New Jersey Devils, helped lead the Devils to the Stanley Cup final in his last season with the Devils. 6th, Steven Stamkos, Tampa Bay Lightning. The Lightning were not good that year, but Steven Stamkos really had a breakout year that year. 5th, Jason Spezza, Ottawa Senators, the best forward on the Senators team that helped lead the Sens to a 7th game against the Rangers. 4, Jonathan Quick, Los Angeles Kings. Jonathan Quick was somebody that really came into his own during that Stanley Cup run. Was the best goalie in the playoffs, helping lead the Kings to the Stanley Cup. 3rd, Claude Giroux, Philadelphia Flyers. Claude Giroux was really, really good that year, helping lead the Flyers to the second round. 2, Henrik Lundqvist, New York Rangers, the Vezina Trophy winner, helping lead the Rangers to the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, although they lost to the conference in the conference finals against the Devils. And number 1, Yevgeny Malkin, Pittsburgh Penguins, a great year from Malkin, helping lead the Penguins to the playoffs without Sidney Crosby for the majority of the year, although they had Crosby back for the postseason. And now my 2012 NHL top 10 games. We have a couple of honorable mentions for you guys, including Sharks Blues, April 12th, Game 1, 3-2, Sharks double overtime. Martin Havlat, the lone game the Sharks won in that series. Senators Rangers, April 14th, Game 2, 3-2, Ottawa wins on a overtime goal by Chris Neal. Coyotes Blackhawks, April 17th, Game 3, 3-2, Coyotes win on an overtime goal by Mikhail Boddicker. Series that the Blackhawks probably should have won. They were probably the better team that year, knowing that they won the Stanley Cup the next year. And the Kings and the Canucks, April 22nd, Game 5, 2-1 LA, overtime. Jared Stoll with the win to clinch the upset over the Vancouver Canucks. And now my top 10. 10th, Rangers Flyers, January 1st, Winter Classic, 3-2 Rangers win. It was a classic game. Henrik Lundqvist with the save on the penalty shot, propelling the Rangers to the win. 9th, Coyotes Kings, May 22nd, Game 5, 4-3 LA overtime win on a goal by Chris Penner to advance to the Stanley Cup Final. 8th, Kings Devils, May 30th, Game 1, 2-1 Kings won an overtime goal by Anze Kopitar. 7th, Flyers Penguins, April 11th, Game 1, 4-3 Philadelphia overtime win. Jacob Voracek that came back from 3-0 down against Crosby and the Penguins. 6th, Devils Panthers, April 26th, Game 7, 3-2 Devils double overtime. Adam Henrique scores it as they move on to the second round to face the Flyers. 5th, Rangers Devils, May 25th, Game 6, 3-2 Devils overtime goal by Adam Henrique to send the Devils to the Stanley Cup Final. And the Devils were up 2-0. Rangers came back to tie it, but the Devils won it in overtime. 4th, Kings Devils, June 2nd, Game 2, 2-1. And the Kings won it on an overtime goal by Jeff Carter to go up 2-0 in the Stanley Cup Final. This was, I think, the better of those two games. 3rd, Rangers Capitals, May 2nd, Game 3, 2-1 Rangers triple overtime goal and a goal by Marian Gaborik for the Rangers to go up 2-1 in that series. You could argue the Capitals should have won that series. A couple overtime wins for the Rangers. That series went 7. Number 2, Capitals Rangers, May 7th, Game 5, 3-2 Rangers overtime win on a goal by Mark Stahl. Brad Richards ties it with 6.6 seconds to go. Mark Stahl wins it in overtime. Rangers go up 3-2. Capitals could have gone up 3-2 there. As I mentioned, Capitals had chances. They could have won that series, but no, the Rangers prevailed. And the number 1 game of the 2012 calendar year in the NHL, Capitals Bruins, April 25th, Game 7, 2-1. Capitals win in overtime on a goal by Joel Ward to advance to the second round to pull off the big upset. And had the Bruins won that series, it would have been Bruins Flyers again and Rangers Devils in the second round. So that's a huge what if had the Bruins. That's another series that you look back and say, the Bruins could have won that series and potentially would have taken on the Flyers in a rematch of a couple classic series that those two teams have had the 2 previous years, and then Rangers Devils could have been in the second round. And who knows? Maybe the Devils win. Maybe the Rangers go to the conference finals, take on either Philly or Boston. And now I'm going to do my MLB top 100 players going into the season. I'm not going to be long here, so I'm not going to go over player by player. I did that pretty much when I did my position players and starting pitcher and reliever rankings. So without further ado, my top 100 players of the 2020 MLB season, which begins tonight. 100, Yuli Gurriel, Houston Astros. 99, Eddie Rosario, Minnesota Twins. 98th, Mark Canha, Oakland Athletics. 97th, Sonny Gray, Cincinnati Reds. 96th, Tim Anderson, Chicago White Sox. 95th, Jorge Polanco, Minnesota Twins. 94th, Wilson Contreras, Chicago Cubs. 93, Yasmani Grandal, Chicago White Sox. 92, Joey Votto, Cincinnati Reds. 91, Giancarlo Stanton, New York Yankees. 90, Gavin Lux, Los Angeles Dodgers. 89, Luis Robert, Chicago White Sox. 88, Mike Moustakas, Cincinnati Reds. 87, Kirby Yates, San Diego Padres. 86, Nicholas Castellanos, Cincinnati Reds. 85, Jock Peterson, Los Angeles Dodgers. 84, Starling Marte, Arizona Diamondbacks. 83, Liam Hendricks, Oakland Athletics. 82, Michael Brantley, Houston Astros. 81, Max Muncy, Los Angeles Dodgers. 80, Ozzie Albies, Atlanta Braves. 79, Paul DeJong, St. Louis Cardinals. 78, Sean Manaea, Oakland Athletics. 77, Bo Bichette, Toronto Blue Jays. 76, Trey Turner, Washington Nationals. 75, Corey Seager, Los Angeles Dodgers. 74, Marcus Semien, Oakland Athletics. 73, Trevor Bauer, Cincinnati Reds. 72, Josh Donaldson, Minnesota Twins. 71, Carlos Correa, Houston Astros. 70, Shohei Ohtani, Los Angeles Angels. 69, Patrick Corbin, Washington Nationals. 68, Kyle Schwarber, Chicago Cubs. 67, Gary Sanchez, New York Yankees. 66, Jorge Soler, Kansas City Royals. 65, Yordan Alvarez, Houston Astros. 64, George Springer, Houston Astros. 63, Yoan Moncada, Chicago White Sox. 62, Matt Olson, Oakland Athletics. 61, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Toronto Blue Jays. 60, Nelson Cruz, Twins. 59, James Paxton, New York Yankees. 58, Keston Hiura, Milwaukee Brewers. 57, Max Kepler, Minnesota Twins. 56, Austin Meadows, Tampa Bay Rays. 55, Miguel Sano, Minnesota Twins. 54, Charlie Blackmon, Colorado Rockies. 53, Josh Bell, Pittsburgh Pirates. 52, Luis Castillo, Cincinnati Reds. 51, Tyler Glasnow, Tampa Bay Rays. 50, Lucas Giolito, Chicago White Sox. 49, Rafael Devers, Boston Red Sox. 48, Rhys Hoskins, Philadelphia Phillies. 47, Manny Machado, San Diego Padres. 46, Jose Altuve, Houston Astros. 45, Eloy Jimenez, Chicago White Sox. 44, DJ LeMahieu, New York Yankees. 43, Jose Abreu, Chicago White Sox. 42, JT Realmuto, Philadelphia Phillies. 41, Aaron Nola, Philadelphia Phillies. 40, Peter Alonso, New York Mets. 39, Anthony Rizzo, Chicago Cubs. 38, Fernando Tatis Jr., San Diego Padres. 37, Trevor Story, Colorado Rockies. 36, Clayton Kershaw, Los Angeles Dodgers. 35, Steven Strasburg, Washington Nationals. 34, JD Martinez, Boston Red Sox. 33, Josh Hader, Milwaukee Brewers. 32, Chris Bryant, Chicago Cubs. 31, Bryce Harper, Philadelphia Phillies. 30, Justin Verlander, Houston Astros. 29, Blake Snell, Tampa Bay Rays. 28, Mike Clevenger, Cleveland Indians. 27, Gleyber Torres, New York Yankees. 26, Xander Bogaerts, Boston Red Sox. 25, Eugenio Suarez, Cincinnati Reds. 24, Paul Goldschmidt, St. Louis Cardinals. 23, Chris Paddock, San Diego Padres. 22, Mike Soroka, Atlanta Braves. 21, Jack Flaherty, St. Louis Cardinals. 20, Shane Bieber, Cleveland Indians. 19, Aaron Judge, New York Yankees. 18, Ketel Marte, Arizona Diamondbacks. 17, Javier Baez, Cubs. 16, Walker Buehler, Dodgers. 15, Freddie Freeman, Braves. 14, Matt Chapman, Athletics. 13, Alex Bregman, Astros. 12, Anthony Rendon, Angels. 11, Nolan Arenado, Rockies. 10, Max Scherzer, Washington Nationals. 9, Jacob deGrom, New York Mets. 8, Gerrit Cole, New York Yankees. 7, Juan Soto, Washington Nationals. 6, Mookie Betts, Los Angeles Dodgers. 5, Ronald Acuna Jr., Atlanta Braves. 4, Francisco Lindor, Cleveland Indians. 3, Christian Yelich, Milwaukee Brewers. 2, Cody Bellinger, Los Angeles Dodgers. And number 1, if there wasn't any doubt, Mike Trout, Los Angeles Angels. And last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. These soccer bets these last couple days have not worked out. I came darn close with Colorado. They missed a goal that could have put them up, or could have tied it at 2, and then potentially they could have led 3-2 in the game. So it's a little bit of a what-if moment there. So my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. Giants Dodgers over 8. I got it at minus 104. It went up to 8.5, and now it's back to 8 with the juice up at minus 112. So I got it at a good number. Giants Dodgers over 8, minus 104. Best bet of the day. And this is a guaranteed winner. Baseball's back. So there you have it. Giants Dodgers over 8. Best bet of the day. That's it for today's podcast. I'll be back tomorrow recapping all the Major League Baseball stuff and looking ahead to tomorrow's games with the rest of the teams slated to begin their respective seasons. And the Blue Jays still don't have a home yet, which is crazy. We'll get into that tomorrow, depending, let's see where they play. We'll probably find out this afternoon. We'll also be going over MLS from today and looking ahead to Saturday, which begins the round of 16. We'll pick Premier League for the weekend. We'll go over to golf leaderboard, and we'll predict the NASCAR races as well as another best bet. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.